Hey folks, Ryan here from Mista Rau's Gaming, and I have got another solo playthrough video here for you today, and I am kicking off a new series of game videos where I'm going to be showing off the Pandemic Games system. And of course, what better way to kick it off? It is spooky month October, and I'm going to be kicking it off with Pandemic Reign of Cthulhu, designed by Chuck D. Yager and published by Z-Man Games. That's right, we are returning to the world of Arkham, the town of Arkham, Massachusetts, and its surrounding areas, Dunwich, Kingsport, and Innsmouth, and we are going to be trying to stop those cultists from summoning their elder ones and those ancient beings, and hopefully they don't take over the lands, and hopefully we don't go insane in the process. So join me at the table, and we're going to learn how to play Reign of Cthulhu, a Pandemic game system. And before we do, if you have enjoyed the videos on this channel, please consider liking this video, putting a subscribe onto the channel. It's absolutely free and it's much worth it. And notification bells get you notified every time I go live on Tuesday nights and whenever these videos decide to come on out. Alrighty. And also I have a Ko-fi account that is not popping up on the screen right now, but it will be right there. You can go to Ko-fi and support the channel financially that way, in case you want to see me upgrade a few things around the studio here and make the video production quality just a tad bit better. Alrighty, let's go on down to the game area right now so we can take a look at what's happening in Pandemic Reign of Cthulhu. And here is how it's out. I got everything all set up. Yes, the board does look like it's a little far away tonight. It's not actually a really large board. So I will have a couple of different camera angles all set up for us so that we can kind of zoom in on a different few areas here. But as you can see, we have a whole bunch of cultists already populated across the board. Those were randomly done by shuffling up this cultist deck of cards, and I discarded cards off the top here where there are some, there's 3 in our starting location here. There's 3 down here, 2 over there, 2 right here. 1 there, 1 there, and then we've got one of these, what do they call them, Shoggoths? I don't know, one of these nasty little beings where they can actually expedite the process. Oh boy, excuse-moi. Where they can expedite the summoning of the old ones, which we have the old ones track up across the top of the board here, with the very last one, of course, always being, it's got the X on it. The last card in the game is always Cthulhu himself, and he will rain down destruction and end our game if all of those cards end up getting revealed. We will also lose the game if we run out of cultists to place onto the board. If we ever have to place a cultist onto the board and there's none to be placed, we will lose the game. If we have to ever summon a Shoggoth onto the game board and there are none left, we will have to end the game. And of course, if the player deck of cards ever runs out, we also lose the game. Oh my goodness gracious, so many ways to lose the game. How do we actually win the game? Well, there are 4 gates across the board here. 1 here at the old mill, 1 over here at the park, 1 over here at the hospital, and 1 down here at the graveyard. There are these gates that we need to seal. And in order to seal a gate, we need to collect our player cards. And normally we have to collect 5 player cards of that particular town and get to that gate and discard them so that we can seal off the gate. And once we've sealed off all 4 gates, we win the game. And we have saved this area of Arkham, Innsmouth, Dunwich, and Kingsport. Now, I have set aside, I have drafted out my starting characters, which I have selected. Here is for my first character here is going to be the driver, and the driver has the ability of, when doing the walk action, I may move 2 locations instead of 1, and I may ignore Ithaqua's effect. That's one of the old ones. So instead of just being able to move 1 space at a time, he can move 2 spaces at a time. I think that might be actually handy. And he's got 4 sanity tokens on him. which if he ever loses those 4 sanity tokens, he will go insane, and he can flip his card over and he'll have his insane side. I have the Hunter in my possession here. It says remove all cultists when doing a defeat a cultist action, and once per turn you may defeat a Shoggoth for only 1 action. I'm going to explain how that is going to be very, very handy for us. She also has 4 insanity tokens on her. And then my other one here is that I have the Detective. Of course you got to have the Detective. It's an Arkham game. And he only needs 4 cards of the same color to seal a gate instead of the normal 5. So you can kind of see here very similar effects to maybe some character cards if you were actually playing Pandemic. Very maybe similar actions along the way. Now, what kind of actions can we take? So we, on our turn, we can do, and it has a nice little handy reminder down here, that we can take 4 actions on our turn. And those 4 actions can be any one of these actions. We can either walk, move to an adjacent location. We can take a bus. There are certain locations on here. You can't really see it. We're kind of covering it up over here, but there's a bus icon. There's a bus icon right down over here. There's a bus icon over here at the historic inn, and over here at the market. If we are at one of those bus locations, we can discard a clue card at a bus station to move to any location in that particular town. So if I was at a bus location and I discarded an Innsmouth card, I can go to any location in Innsmouth. Or it also says that if the card matches your current town. So if I am in Arkham currently and I discard the Arkham card, I can actually travel to anywhere on the board. Very handy, taking the bus action. I could use a gate. I can actually just travel from one gate over to another gate. But if I do that, I'm going to have to roll this sanity die, and I could possibly go insane or even attract cultists to my particular location. And that happens. We can give or take a clue card or a relic card. There are relic cards that have been shuffled into this deck, and that's this separate deck over here. But there have been some that have been shuffled in, and they're kind of like those cards in Pandemic where you kind of get a once per game kind of effect where it just really, really breaks the game, gives you one really super powerful action that you could take on your turn. I didn't draw any in my starting hand, but I predict that a few will pop up in this particular game. So you can give or take. You can defeat a cultist by removing 1 cultist from your location. You can defeat a Shoggoth. Now, defeating a Shoggoth actually takes 3 action points, and they all have to be spent on the same turn. That's where my Hunter is actually going to come into play. She only really needs 1 action point in order to defeat a Shoggoth. So she might be my only person that will deal with those big baddies walking across the board. And of course, my last action is to seal a gate, discarding 5 cards at the matching gate, and I get to remove 1 cultist from each location in that town, if applicable. And that's where my Detective is going to come into play. He only needs 4 cards in order to do that. All right, we are all set to start going about Arkham, Innsmouth, Kingsport, and Dunwich, and let's see if we can take care of these cultist Shoggoths before they manage to summon enough elder gods that it attracts the attention of Cthulhu. Let's get going. I'm really excited here. So I'm just going to zoom in on the board a little bit here so we can kind of give a little bit better of idea of what's going on here. So we have the board view here. Then I'm going to also, every now and then, I'm going to switch down here to my cards, so you can kind of get a little bit of an idea how my cards are going. And then when we do finally get to the old ones, we have the old ones camera, and then we can actually maybe see a little bit of what they're happening. Okay, so let's go to the board here and let's see what we can possibly do. I'm going to actually start play with the Hunter. I think that might actually be my best bet here. So we'll start off with the Hunter, and the Hunter is going to start doing some defeating cultists. It says, and she's got the special ability, remove all cultists when doing a defeat the cultist action. I was fortunate enough that they actually started in our starting location, the train station. So as 1 action point, this hunter is going to actually defeat all 3 of these cultists in one go. That's actually a really good, strong start for us. So that is 1 action point. And you know what? Maybe she'll start actually making her way over towards this Shoggoth here. So maybe she'll go 2. Yeah, why not? We'll pick off those 2 as well. 3. And then 4. She'll just keep moving on over to the Shoggoth there. All right. That has been her turn. So now after she's done her 4 actions, she's going to actually have to draw 2 player cards into her possession. So the first player card is, Alhazred's Flame. And it says you may remove up to 4 cultists or 1 Shoggoth from anywhere on the board. That's actually going to come in handy for us. So I'll keep that aside for then. And then her second player card is going to be a Kingsport card, which, okay, not really specializing in collecting any of the particular cards, but you know what, does have an ability that they can use to maybe deal with some things that are happening in Arkham. All right, and now we have to draw summoning cards, and summoning cards are going to be whatever's underneath our current Elder One card here. And right now, since there's nothing revealed, we are going to just draw 2 summoning cards for this particular thing. So I am going to draw my first card, and it's going to go at the diner, is going to attract a cultist, and over at the park is going to attract a cultist. Okay, and that is the hunter's turn. We'll move on now to the detective is the next person in play. And they only need 4 cards of the same color in order to seal a gate. And I see that the driver also has an Arkham card. So I think I may give or take as an action. I think the detective will take... Actually, I'm going to do this here. He's going to take this Arkham card from the driver and put it into his possession. So now he has 2 Arkham cards, which is, he only needs 2 more in order to seal the Arkham gate. So there's 1 action he can do. Let's see here. What else does the detective want to do? Maybe start making their way to... Maybe start making their way down to dealing with some cultists. So that's 1. Perhaps he'll discard... He's at a bus station right now, so maybe he'll discard Dunwich to travel to somewhere in Dunwich. We'll travel to the swamp. That's 2. And then 3. And then... Oh boy. Let's go with... I'll go 4. I'm going to stop at the market. I'm going to stop at the market here for him. Okay, so that's that one. Let's go over to... So that's his 4 actions. We're going to draw 2 player cards into his possession. Let's try to hopefully get some Arkham cards. Ooh, a 3rd Arkham card. That's actually good. Come on, another Arkham card. And an Innsmouth. Okay, well that's all right. That'll be okay. We can deal with that. We can possibly maybe get another Arkham card at some point in time. Okay, and then we are going to have to draw some summoning cards. So let's see what we're going to do with our summoning cards. We are going to summon a cultist to the pawn shop, which is right there, and we will summon a cultist to the hospital, which is right up there. Oh boy. Now, you know what? Did I forget to... Okay, good. It didn't actually happen. It actually didn't happen on the hunter's turn, but it actually did happen on the on the detective's turn, I forgot about this little icon that happened on the pawn shop card. There's a little thing down at the bottom that says that actually means that the Shoggoth is actually going to move one step closer to its closest gate. And right now, it's the hospital gate is the closest one. It is 2 spaces away, as opposed to 3 spaces away to the park. So the Shoggoth is actually going to move 1 space closer to getting to the hospital. And if the Shoggoth ever gets to a gate and then it has to move again, it is going to reveal an Old One card on us. Okay, so that is so I'm going to remember to look for those icons to help me out. Okay, that is the detective's turn. Now we are on to the driver's turn, and the driver can move 2 spaces at a time. 2 spaces at a time. Well, maybe he can go around and maybe help out collecting some of these cultists in certain locations. Maybe he could actually probably take care. I know that the hunter is really good at defeating Shoggoths, but I think the driver could actually get that Shoggoth right now by taking the bus action, because he does have an Innsmouth card, and therefore, since I'm at a bus station, I could discard the Innsmouth card to travel to anywhere in Innsmouth, which means I could actually go to the Shoggoth location and then have my 3 remaining action points to take them off the board. That might be something I could actually do. Does that sound like a good plan? Can my hunter actually even get there on their turn? 1, 2. No, the Shoggoth is 4 moves away, actually. So I don't. So they actually, you know what? I think I might actually do this. I'm actually discard my Innsmouth card, since he's at the train station. And he's going to travel all the way over to Innsmouth at the pawn shop. Now, whenever you enter the location of a Shoggoth, or the Shoggoth ever enters a location with you, you have to roll the sanity die, which could also possibly attract more cultists or make you go insane. So let's take a look at what's going to happen to my driver. Nothing happens. Actually, there's 1 out of 6 chances that you would get nothing, and so nothing actually happens to my driver. Perfect. So 1 action was to travel there. Now the remaining 3 action points, we're going to take off the Shoggoth off the board. Boom. Just like that. Now, when you defeat a Shoggoth, you remove them, and you actually get a relic card. So in this case, over here on the side of the board here, I'm going to draw the top relic card, and they are going to get the Bizarre Statue, which says, skip the next summoning step. Do not flip over any summoning cards. Ooh, it's kind of like, what's that card in Pandemic? One Quiet Night. It's kind of like One Quiet Night. That's actually pretty good. Okay. Now I'm going to draw 2 player cards into their possession. Ooh, we get our first Evil Stirs. I'll make sure I'll draw my second card as well, and gets a King Sport card so I don't forget that I draw the second card. Okay, Evil Stirs. So this is the first time we're going to see this actually happening. This is like our Pandemic card. So the very first thing, we kind of just do it from top to bottom. It says, Fight the Madness. I have to roll the sanity die. Oh, he is really good. Nothing happens. Once again, Awakening. We get to reveal the next Old One. So we're going to come up here to the Old Ones board, and we're going to reveal what they are. And it is Dagon is coming up. Place 1 cultist on each gate location, open or closed. Okay, so we are going to put a cultist at the old mill. We're going to put a cultist at the park. We're going to put a cultist at the hospital. And we're going to put a cultist at the graveyard. Okay. A Shoggoth appears is the next step here. And it says, draw 1 card from the bottom of the summoning deck. So the bottom of the summoning deck is going to be the graveyard Oh, that's a gate. That is not great. So there we go, that. And then the cultists regroup. We take this discard pile, just like in Pandemic. We take that discard pile, we give it a nice good old how do you do shuffling, and we put it on top of the pile. So all of these locations are now potentials, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are a bunch of Shoggoth. Yeah, there are a bunch of Shoggoth can move cards that can possibly happen. Oh boy. Okay. I'm just going to keep giving it a couple more shuffles here just to make sure it really gets real good. Okay, and that's going to go on top. And that Evil Stirs card gets discarded. And now the last thing we have to do is we have to draw the summoning cards for the driver's turn. And the first one is the Secret Lodge. And the Shoggoth has to move. It is already at a gate, so it is going to get removed off the board. And the next old one is going to be revealed. And so this one's going to be Haster. Oh boy, it says draw the bottom card from the summoning deck. Place one Shoggoth on that location. Discard that card to the summoning discard pile. Then move each Shoggoth one location closer to the nearest open gate. Oh, I just got rid of one. So off the bottom of the deck here. And it's going to go to the docks. So right there. And then it has to move one closer to its nearest gate. So 1, 2, 3 away from that gate. And it's 2, 3, 4. So it's going to move one step closer to there. Alrighty. And so that was one card. Oh, sorry. So that was one that I got, and that was revealed because of there. So then the second summoning card should be the University, which is right up over here. And it has the Shoggoth moves icon again. Oh boy, we are having a great time already off the start here. Okay, on to the Hunter's turn. On to the Hunter's turn indeed. Well, let's see what they can do. Well, we are already spending cultists left, right, and center. And the Shoggoth is getting... I don't think I can get there right now. So I'm thinking, and I'm pretty sure that the relic cards don't require an action to use. No, they are not one of my action abilities, so they are free to use, except for when you do use a relic card, you have to roll the sanity die. Okay, that's one of the things. Yeah, after resolving the effect of a relic card. So I think I will use Alhazard's Flame right now. I will remove one Shoggoth off the board currently because they are actually getting pretty close to the hospital already. So I'm going to take them off the board. And therefore I have to roll the sanity die. And it shows a sanity icon. So the hunter has to lose one sanity. Okay, and now let's start taking care of some of these cultists that are all over the board here. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of put a bunch of cultists back into the supply there. It don't seem like that's a too terribly bad of an idea. We will draw a couple player cards here. Oh, we're getting another Kingsport card, so maybe they can start going towards Kingsport, and they'll draw another Kingsport card. Well, maybe we need to get her and the driver into the same location, so in Kingsport, so that they can, swap some Kingsporters. Okay, and then we will draw off the top of the summoning deck, and it still says 2 underneath Haster. So let's go ahead and let's draw 2 here. We're gonna go the hospital is gonna now have 3. Yikes. And the market is got 2 in it. Oh, phew, the woods has not come up yet, which is pretty good for us. Okay, on to the detective. Well, I think I know what the detective needs to do here. The detective needs to get over to the woods and do some cleanup. So we'll just go, you know what? Actually, I think we'll just take off 1 off the market. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that might be our plan right now. Just to kind of keep because I know the woods is going to probably come up as shortly here. So, okay, that's 4 actions. Let's go ahead and let's draw them their cards. So we're going to get hopefully another Arkham card. Nope, a Kingsport and a Dunwich. Crud. And they're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and our hand limit is, it says right here, 7. Our hand limit is 7. Ooh, dear goodness gracious. Okay. And, oh, sorry, then we have to summon. So we're summoning 2, 1 at the pawn shop, and we're summoning 1 at the park, which I think I just cleaned up. Yeah, I just cleaned that place up. All right, now we are over onto the driver, which we should probably clean up the hospital. So, and I think the driver and driver and Hunter want to kind of get into the same location, but there has to be if we're going to swap Kingsport cards, they have to be in Kingsport in order to swap the Kingsport cards. So that is going to prove a little bit more difficult than I think. So let's go with, well, I know one thing that they're going to do. So pawn shop, I think it just already came up. So let's just go 1. I'm going to take 2, 3, and then maybe start making their way down into Kingsport so they can move 2 locations as a part of the 4. Let's try that. Okay, so then the driver is going to come down, is going to now do the draw 2 player cards. A Dunwich. Would be really nice if they got another Kingsport. And another Dunwich. Okay, we're kind of being the jack of all trades and the masters of none of them. And we are going to summon. So we will go with the woods, which good thing we did clear that out on previous turn. And we have the diner, which is right there. Okay. Okay, Miss Hunter, what are you going to do? Well, park is not really in it. So 1, 2, 3, take away those cultists. And then since she's now at a bus location, perhaps we get her closer to, I don't want to discard a Kingsport card. But I guess if she could discard an Innsmouth card and get her closer to Innsmouth, get her closer to where she wants to go. So I think she's going to discard an Innsmouth card at her current location, so she can travel somewhere in Innsmouth, and I think she'll just come down to the docks. Then she's only 1 space away from Kingsport. Maybe that way. And then maybe she might also draw some Kingsport cards. Actually, if she drew 1 Kingsport card, that would actually be very helpful. Okay, her player cards. Ooh, Evil Stirs. And another, replacing the Innsmouth card that she already had. All right, so she has to fight the madness. Rolls the sanity die. Ooh, nothing happens. That's fine. reveal the next old one, which is going to be Nerathrotep. Nerathrotep. I don't know what it means. Investigators may no longer do the use a gate action. That's not a terrible one because I usually don't use the. Actually, I don't know why I don't use the gate action, but I typically in this game I don't usually do it. Okay, a Shoggoth appears, so I have to go to the bottom of the summoning deck. And a Shoggoth is going to appear at the theater. And then the cultists are going to regroup. So this deck is going to shuffle. And we are going to place it on top here, and then she does her summoning step. So we're still at 2. We're still at 2 summonings. 1 at the diner, and there's no icon, and 1 at the park, no Shoggoth icon as well. Perfect. Well then, that was the hunter's turn. Now let's do the detective, who still does not have an Arkham card, and we don't have any Arkham cards that he can take in Arkham. So we're on the ability that he has to try to, he has to try to get something going here. So let's go with, oh dear, I don't even know what he wants to do. But maybe he needs to start making his way back to Arkham if he's going to seal the Arkham gate. So, okay, I think he's going to take out a cultist in his location for 1, 2. He's going to discard. He's going to discard a Kingsport card. He's going to discard a Kingsport card to travel to anywhere on the board, which is going to be the park. And he's going to defeat a cultist at the park. So I think that's 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, so now he's at the park gate, and if he gets another Arkham card in his draw step here, we are going to be able to seal the gate on his next turn. Let's hope that happens. We draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he can draw the full 2 cards. Here's card number 1, another Dunwich, and number 2 is an Innsmouth. Dang. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. That's just the way the cookie. Well, we have enough Dunwich cards on the table now that I'm thinking we might be able to get him Dunwich. But man, I really was hoping Arkham was going to come up, since we haven't seen too many of them come up. So, all right. So now we're going to do some summoning of some cultists, which we have. One's going to come at the pawn shop. Oh gosh, there's 3 there now. And the Shoggoth has to move 1 location closer to its nearest gate. And the woods, and the Shoggoth has to move 1 location closer to its nearest gate. Okay, well, that was the detective. Let's do the driver. What are you going to do, sir? We do want to get a Kingsport card to the hunter. We do want to get her some cards, so let's do it this way. So he's going to move 1, 2, so that's going to be 1. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, and I don't even know what the 4th action he should be able to do. He went 1, 2, 3. I kind of want to stop there because I want her to be able to actually do more on their turn. And actually, I don't even know what the last action he should do. Yeah, I don't see what we can do with this one. So I think I'm just going to stop. I'll just say that he moved 1, moved 2, 3, 4. So I did the 4 actions. Okay. So now we are going to draw cards for the driver. Hopefully one of them's a Kingsport. Ooh, there's the other Arkham, but he's nowhere near Arkham. And another. So now, oh my gosh, he was one. We're drawing cards a little too late. I really was wishing that we got another Kingsport. Okay, well then. Okay. Oh, sorry. And then we have to summon. So let's summon here. We'll go the theater and the docks. And the docks is right where the hunter is. And we have a Shoggoth has to move 1 step closer to its net. Now it's standing on a gate. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. So Hunter's turn. So Hunter is going to move 1. Second action is going to take the Kingsport card from the driver. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, wait. 1. Oh, no, she's 4 locations. She started here 4 locations. 1, 2, 3, 4 locations. So she couldn't take out the Shoggoth on her turn. So I'm guessing we'll move another 1 closer. Actually, we'll just move another 1 closer so that she's even closer to get to that gate. And hopefully the Shoggoth doesn't get through the gate. Might be. No, I don't think we're at the time to skip the summoning step just yet, because we're not even actually summoning 3 yet. We're still only just summoning 2. So we will do her draw step. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So she can draw her 7th card, which is another Dunwich. And she'll draw another card, but then have to discard a card. Oh, she got a Kingsport. Yes. I think she'll discard a Dunwich, because we're going to need to start collecting Innsmouths at some point in time. Okay, so she's got 5 Kingsports. That's actually really good for us. Let's do the summoning step. The University, which is 1, and the Shoggoth is going to move through its gate, revealing the next old one here, which is going to be Sathagoya. I don't even know how to pronounce these. All players collectively discard 2, 3, or 4 cards with 2, 3. So where we're 3 players, so we have to collectively discard 3 cards. Okay. Well, I think he can get rid of an... Oh my gosh. Well, okay, well, we'll take care of this. We'll get rid of that Innsmouth. That's 1. Let's do 2. We'll get rid of Dunwich. And oh my gosh, that's such a bad one to get right now. Our third one will be it's such a tough decision, but I think I'll just get rid of one of these Innsmouths. Okay, and then my second summoning is going to be the hospital. Okay. And since we revealed the summoning at the start of the summoning set was only 2, so we don't actually summon 3 this time. We are now, from every turn forward, we're going to be summoning 3. Okay, so now we're on to the detective, who does not have his 4th Arkham card just yet. That's unfortunate. But he can do some things around here. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, taking care of cultists along the way and still staying close to his gate. 4, 5, 6. He's got 6 cards in hand. So let's see what he ends up getting. Another Innsmouth and a Kingsport. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He has to get rid of. Well, we'll get rid of the Kingsport since we don't really need that one. So we really got his Innsmouth card back again, I guess. Okay. All right. Let's go with summoning. I guess that's the next thing. So we'll summon at the market. And we will summon at the Secret Lodge, which is right over here. Okay, driver. Driver, you are going to do some things for us, like 1, 2, take out a cultist. We're going to discard an Arkham card to travel to Arkham. And then hand off an Arkham card to our detective, which is going to end up having to get rid of one of his cards. Well, we've been discarding Innsmouth cards. Well, let's discard a Dunwich for right now and give him an Arkham card. All right, and that's four actions for him. So let's draw him some more cards back up. Ooh, at Zios's Mirror. You can swap one clue card from your hand with a clue card in another player's hand, regardless of where you are. Oh, why didn't I have this one step ago? And then another Innsmouth card. So we can maybe start swapping cards in and out without actually having to be in the same location. That would actually be very handy. And we are going to summon, which we will summon at 3. Now we have to do 3 summons. Oh, God. Oh, wait. Did I not? Oh, I should have done 3 summons on the... So we actually should have had a graveyard beforehand. Now I got to do 3 again. Junkyard. And train station. And historic inn. Okay. Okay. On to the hunter. Well, the hunter has got a few things that they can do, which is move down to here. 2, I'm just going to get rid of these. Actually, no, wait. Actually, I'm going to 1, 2, I'm going to discard 5 Kingsport cards to close the Kingsport gate, which is going to be like that. And that removes 1 cultist from every location in that town. So that's 2. And then 3, 4, just kind of heading out of Kingsport. Kind of like that. That was a pretty efficient turn. Let's draw 2 cards. Alien Carving. The active player can take 3 extra actions this turn. That's pretty handy. And a Dunwich card. All right. And we are going to summon 3 cultists at the swamp, at the police station, up over here. I guess I can go back to the board here. And at the old mill, way down over here. Okay. Okay, detective. What are you going to do? Well, the detective is going to move once to the park. The detective is now, he only needs 4 cards. We're going to discard the 4 Arkham cards to close off the Arkham gate, which removes 1 cultist from every location in Arkham. That was handy. And yeah, that's that. So that was 2 actions. Where should he start heading next? Almost could actually get to Innsmouth. So maybe he's going to start heading towards Innsmouth. So 1, 2, like that. Sure, why not? That seems like a good one. Okay, so let's draw his cards up now. So we're going to go another useless Kingsport card. And, the Song of Kadath. No sanity roll required to play this card. Choose one. All players regain 1 sanity token, or 1 player regains full sanity. Okay, so if people start going insane, we can maybe get them going. So, all right. All right, and then we're summoning cultists. Yeah, we're summoning cultists here. So we'll go back to the board and the cafe. We're starting to get into new locations now. The wharf. Yeah, we haven't had an Evil Stirs in a while. That's not. And then the factory. That's not ominous at all. Okay, well, that was the detective's turn. Let's see what the driver can do. The driver can move multiple locations at once. We can hopefully start taking care of some of these other locations, I think, along the way. He's already got 2 Dunwich cards. And I wish we could get more Dunwich cards to the detective, but we need to be in Dunwich. So actually, if I back that up, maybe the detective should have started moving toward. I actually thought about maybe the detective needs to start should have been moving towards Dunwich instead of Innsmouth. Yeah, I think instead of that, he should have started moving towards. Should have started moving towards Dunwich, because then I can actually move the driver into Dunwich. Going 1, 2. We'll pick up that one through. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4. Take away that cultist there. I think that might be a better way to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can still take a full set of cards here. So the driver will take an Evil Stirs and another Innsmouth card. Okay, so he has to fight the madness. He loses 2 sanity tokens. Not the greatest. So he loses 2 sanity tokens. I reveal the next old one, which is Ith Aqua. It says to walk out of a location with 2 or more cultists, a player must first defeat a cultist at that location. Okay, so that's the one that the driver can actually ignore their ability. So he can actually run through locations or walk through locations with 2 or more cultists without actually having to defeat them ahead of time. So a Shoggoth is going to appear. So we're going to take the bottom card of the deck, and it's going to appear at the Great Hall, which is covered up by the card here, right here, Great Hall. And then we are going to shuffle this big, massive deck of cards, because now they can really appear anywhere. My goodness gracious, I feel like I need to shuffle this really, really good here. Let's do another one of those riffles. There we go. Give it a couple more how do you do's. Place it on top, and then we are summoning 3 at the Historic Inn. Ooh, luckily I got one out of there. The Shoggoth should go to its nearest gate. So this gate is closed down here at the graveyard, so it's got to start moving this way. The University, and then the Shoggoth has got to move closer to its nearest gate again, and the Hospital, which now has 3 again at it. Ugh. Alrighties. That was what? That was the driver's turn. Okay, Hunter. Hunter. What are you going to do? 1, 2, 3. Can actually defeat the Shoggoth this particular turn. And I really don't know if she can... 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, not getting anywhere close to that pawn shop. She doesn't have a Kingsport card. If she had a Kingsport card, she would actually be able to go anywhere. Coming up here would have been actually nice. She's kind of all by herself. She does have the Dunwich card. We can actually get rid of the Dunwich. Could we get rid of the Dunwich card? Or should just no, I don't think we should get rid of the Dunwich card. So I think she's going to just go. Yeah, I think she's just going to go 1, 2, 3. Enter the location with the Shoggoth. So roll the sanity die. Ooh, nothing happens. And then as an action point, take care of that Shoggoth right off the bat. And she now gets a relic card, which is going to be the Warded Box. No sanity roll required to play this card. Until the end of your next turn, players need not do sanity rolls. Okay, well, not bad. Not great, but not bad. Let's take a look at it. No one needs sanity, anything like that. So, okay. And so we will now draw cards for the Hunter. She gets another Innsmouth and a Arkham card. And we will summon cultists. So we'll have the train station. Okay, up there. We will have the woods. And we will have the police station. We're starting to run out of cultists. We only have 5 left, so we need to actually get lots of them off the board. So the detective now. The detective. We are going to need to get you some cards here, buddy. So, 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I'm thinking we might end up having to do it this way. We might end up having to do it... Actually, what is this? What was this card here? Let's do this one. He'll play... So, out of the driver's hand, we can play the mirror. Swap 1 clue card from your hand with a clue card in another player's hand, regardless where you are. I might actually just play this just to get it out of the way. So the driver's going to roll the sanity die. And nothing... Wow. Nothing happens again. And he's going to swap a Dunwich card. No. An Innsmouth card. Wait. Here. An Innsmouth card with a Dunwich card. So now the detective, whose turn it is, has 3 Innsmouth cards, and the driver has 3 Dunwich cards. Thinking we might end up doing it that way, because now the driver, hopefully we can start getting him towards Innsmouth, and we have the driver stay in Dunwich. Yeah, let's try it that way. Okay, so now the detective hasn't taken any actions yet, so let's go with take off 1, 2, 3, 4, and kind of start making his way across, because we do need cultists off the board here, and we could actually just skip the summoning step this time around, just to kind of just keep some cultists off the board. Do I do that yet? Yeah, you know what? There are 2 locations that are kind of troublesome that Shoggoths could appear. So let's try that. Let's try the bizarre statue, which means that the driver again is going to roll the sanity die. Oh my gosh, he is so lucky. And we will skip the summoning step this time around. And, okay, oh, sorry, I don't think we did player cards for him. So we'll draw 2 player cards, which is, oh, another Dunwich. And an Arkham. So he has, okay. This might end up being very, very nice. Very nice indeed. And we're skipping the summoning step this time around. So, boom, we're going to go right on to the Hunter's turn, which she will go 1, 2, and then 3 is give this Dunwich card to the driver. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that is 7 cards. He doesn't need to, whoops, discard anything. And her last action will then be to... Oh, she's at the bus station. She's going to discard Arkham to travel to the diner in Arkham. Yeah, I think so. Let's try it that way. Because I'm getting low on actions here. I'm getting low on the player deck. Okay, she draws 2 cards. A Kingsport, which is useless, and an Arkham card, which is not that great. Okay. I'm also getting down there. There is one more. Oh, now we have to do cultists again. So we are going to do 3 of them. The Market. The Old Mill. And the Diner. Okay. The pawn shop or the hospital did not come into play. Detective. Okay, detective, what are you going to do? We got to get you into Innsmouth. Okay, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3, and then I'm not going to enter that shop part with the pawn shop. So 4 is going to take away that cultist right there. And if I get, no, I don't think I need to give him 3 extra. If I gave him 3 extra actions, what would that be? 1, 2. Well, I guess I could take off the hospital or the pawn shop in here. Well, the hospital is. The pawn shop is not. So if I actually gave the active player 3 extra actions and roll the sanity die. Nothing. Wow. And I give the detective 3 extra actions. He can go 1, 2, 3 and take care of those so that the Shoggoth actually does not appear at the pawn shop. Okay, detective. Draw your cards and hopefully one of them's Innsmouth. Kingsport. Seal of Leng. You may choose a revealed old one and cancel its effect for the rest of the game. Cover that old one's effect with this one. Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. I'm not doing the gate location, but I could actually just get rid of this one right there, which I think I've been obeying by, which I don't know if I have been obeying by it, but most locations usually have 1. So, you know what? Detective, why not? Because we don't know what's going to come about. We'll roll your sanity die. Ooh, 2 cultists. Oh, no. 2 cultists come up. Why did I do that? Because now watch this. The pawn shop is totally going to come about, isn't it? I jinxed it. Swamp. Secret Lodge. Oh, theater. Well then. Okay, driver. What are you doing? One action, move 2 spaces. Second action, we'll close the Dunwich Gate. Boom, which removes 1 cultist from each location in Dunwich. That was 2. And you know what? 3, 4 just might end up just doing it. Yeah, let's do that. 3, 4. He is going to draw 2 cards. Dunwich and Arkham. Oh boy. How many cards do I have left? Oh no. Oh no, am I actually even going to get another... Wait, is the detective even going to get another turn? Oh no. Oh gosh, let's see. Let's see here. Cafe. Whoops. Graveyard. Great Hall. It's the Hunter. Because she was just going to go 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Give the Innsmouth card to the detective. Give the Innsmouth mark to the detective. That's 4 actions. And no sanity rolls required to play this card. You don't need to do sanity rolls. That's okay. Okay, so she's going to draw 2 cards. Evil Stirs. And Arkham. Oh gosh, so the Evil Stirs one last time. So she has to roll the... She loses a sanity. Okay. The next old one appears. Oh dear gosh. Should Mel... All players collectively lose 3, 4, or 5 sanity tokens with 2. So we have to lose 4. Sorry. Yeah, we have to lose 4 sanity tokens. Oh, I think we can definitely do it. We can definitely do it here. Because he can lose 1. She could lose 1. And he can definitely lose 2. So that is good. So we lost 4. That's okay. Shoggoth appears in the last card of the deck here in the church. Right there. And this is going to get shuffled, which now the hospital turns into a potential location. Oh gosh. Here it comes. Here it comes. What do you think's going to happen? Okay, here we go. Okay, 3. Hospital. Oh my gosh, really? The hospital. So, not only so there's already 3 cultists at the hospital. So if there's already 3 let me just right here summoning it is that is where oh gosh, it is right here. They need to, when you where is it here? Oh my gosh, awakening. No, that's not an awakening ritual. It is the when you have to reveal the cards. Cultist regroup, not that one. It is this one. Summoning. Do not place a 4th card. Instead, an awakening ritual occurs. Oh wait, when an awakening ritual occurs, reveal the next old one and apply. No. So because that the hospital is revealed. There's already 3 cultists there. Cthulhu comes onto the board. And as it says here, the world is plunged into an age of madness, chaos, and destruction. You have lost. I was going to win on my next turn because I had the 4 Innsmouth cards. Oh, no. Oh my gosh, that's actually one of the tighter games that I've ever had. Actually, that's why I think that's like the first time that I've lost the game. Oh my goodness gracious. I thought I was handling things well. Maybe there could have been a couple things that I could have done a little bit more efficiently, but oh, you know what? That's just the way the egg rolls sometimes. I'm thinking doing that was not the greatest idea because, well, oh well, that was Pandemic System, Reign of Cthulhu. Give me a dropout comment in the section of this video. What do you think of this version of the Pandemic game system? I think it's pretty neat. It's pretty smooth to operate. I really like the effects of the old ones. There are a bunch of actually old ones in the box that we did not actually get, that don't get shuffled or played in here. The order in which they come out is actually really, really quite interesting. Having to deal with the cultists so that they don't awaken more old ones is really neat. These Shoggoths that kind of move towards the gates to reveal more old ones is really quite interesting. But I really like the system. I thought this worked pretty darn good for us this time around. So I am going to just kind of come back over here to the game area. And if you want to drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, or hit the notification bell in case you want to get notified if I go live Tuesday nights or when these videos come out. I'm going to be releasing now a series of these pandemic game systems. There's a whole bunch of them out there, so stay tuned to this channel for if you want to see some more gameplays on some more of them. All right, folks, I've been Ryan of Mista Rau's Gaming, and you have yourselves a great one, and maybe a great old one at that. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching.